How's it going, IWC, YWC, Liberal Hill, Ring of Honor, Best in the World, pay-per-view 2018. Enjoy this pay-per-view. Some matches I really enjoyed. And let me say this. This Ring of Honor pay-per-view, it felt more mainstream. It felt like if you're not a watcher of Ring of Honor and you only watch, certain other mainstream wrestling shows, you could get into this pay-per-view because it didn't have a lot of just random flippity dippity stuff. The stuff that Ring of Honor mostly gets crucified for doing. They kept that to a minimum. They kept it to decent in-ring action, not over-the-top stuff. They were trying to tell a story with each match, and they had promo packages to explain why things were happening. Granted, on the weekly show, they don't really do that. It kind of just throw shit out there. But anyway, let's just get into the show because I don't want to focus too much on negativity in here. The Kingdom defeated Evil, Sanada, and Bushi to retain their six-man tag team titles. Evil, Sanada, Bushi, they're a fun little six-man tag. If you haven't seen them in New Japan, I recommend you do. Sanada, one of my personal favorites. Been a fan of him since like Impact Wrestling. Now he got this whole Cold Skull gimmick. It really is really cool. Love that Paradise Lost lock he does. Especially love when his opponents try to do it and like they end up messing themselves up. Love the part where Orion tried to do it to Sanada and he ended up locking himself in the Paradise Lost. That was just kind of funny to me. As far as the Kingdom, they won with one half of the Rockstar Supernova because Bushi tried to spray Taven in the face with a miss, but missed and hit Marcelia in the face. So it was only Orion and Taven that could hit the Rockstar Supernova. And that officially looks like shit. Like, I don't know where it is. It's a power bomb into like, it's supposed to be like a net breaker or something like that, but it just looks like shit. Like, I don't know why that's their finisher. Maybe it should be like, instead of like going to the ropes and like pulling the guy down, maybe it should be like a double clothesline type of thing. But whatever. It just looks like shit. That Rockstar Supernova looks like shit. Vinny Marcelia. This guy, you're gonna hear me say this a lot. I'm stealing this from Brad Rules. He looks like a fucking star. I don't know why he's in the Kingdom. He just stands out. Like the Kingdom come out like they usually do, and Vinny, he comes out with a little kid who's holding balloons, and he comes out with his whole get up and everything like that in the ass. It's just like, this guy doesn't really belong here. He feels like he should be by himself. But yeah, the Kingdom retained against Los Ingobernables of the Japan. Whatever, I biased that. Whatever. So next, you have Flip Gordon defeating Bully Ray via disqualification. So this match surprised me because for the majority of the match, Flip Gordon controlled the action. Right off the start, Flip Gordon, he's like playing to the crowd. In comes Bully Ray. Flip Gordon flips behind him, ripping off his pants at the same time. And he beats up Bully Ray for like a good, like 5, close to 10 minutes. And Bully Ray would just like throwing his body at him. Controls the rest of the match until Flip Gordon gets back control and tries to go for the finish off the top rope. Bully hits the referee, I think, or he low blows Flip, and it causes a disqualification. Bully, he knocks out the referee, then he grabs a steel chair. The steel chairs they were using tonight obviously hurt a lot worse than what they've been using because the steel chairs had little holes like all throughout the chair. So if you don't know physics or whatever, the less air you have, the greater the velocity. So you're swinging a steel chair and it has no holes. Okay, you're just swinging it, whatever. But when you have one with holes in it and you just like cutting through the air, that shit's gonna hurt because it's gonna have more force and everything like that. So He's hitting Flip with his chair, like right in the knee. Like, Flip's money maker. He's just like destroying the knee. Out comes Eli Isom, black guy with dreads. That like he's like a young boy. Also, he hasn't talked on the mic and anything like that. He's just part of the storyline for some reason. Speaking of talking on the mic, I almost forgot about this. Flip Gordon, that promo you cut at the beginning. What was that? You disrespected me, bully, by kicking me in the penis. I'm not your young boy, America. Excellent wrestler, Flip, but those mic skills, they leave something to be desired. Then comes Cheeseburger to fight Bully Ray. He does like a couple of forearms and gets demolished with the powerbomb. I don't know where the storyline is going. I guess are they still going with Flip Gordon? Are they going like I know Cheeseburger and Bully have already had a match, so where does like where do they go from here with Bully Ray? Who steps up to the plate? Do they go Flip Gordon again in a no disqualification match? I guess only time will tell. And then you had a 8-woman tag team match, and I'm gonna be honest with you guys. This was quite possibly maybe my second favorite match of the night, and I was not feeling this at the beginning because before I knew who was in this 8-woman tag, I was like, really? An 8-woman tag on a pay-per-view? You can't have Sumika Sakai defend her title by, one-on-one. It felt kind of, I was like, man, that's cheap. But then I heard Oda Tay and Jenny and Kelly Klein versus Dashwood Mayu. Fucking Mayu. I love Mayu at time. Jenny Rose and Sumi Sakai. Oda Tay, been a big fan of the faction for a while in its various iterations. This new iteration is interesting. They have now Hazuki, who used to be with Io Shirai's group, Queen's Quest, and it kind of feels like a decent fit because from what I've seen, Hazuki, she just oozes that heel persona, young badass type of heel, and I never really got like, oh, she's a face, like, man, I don't get it. Like she's sucking on a big ass lollipop and putting it in people's mouths, like that's not something a face does. But anyway, I guess she's feeling Chris Wolf's spot while she's on the excursion from Stardom or whatever. I don't really know that situation, but Sumi Sakai, her team wins with Mayu hitting Hana Kimura with like this dragon suplex that she's famous for. She does like two ways. Either she does it where she's on her tiptoes, like the point of her toes into like a snap dragon suplex, or she completely melts into it like a snap dragon suplex. Either way, it looks fucking wicked. Either way she does it. So some things to point out in this match. One, Hana Kimura. She looks like a star. There's that word again. She looks like a fucking star. Granted, her wrestling leaves something to be desired, but she gets it. She gets that she's hot. She's young. The crowd likes her, even though she's a heel. She's playing to that. She mocked Tennille Dashwood with it. That it's all about me. And while they were doing the Oda Tay pose on Sumi Sakai, she like has her foot propped up on Sumi's face, but then she starts like ass twerking. And to the cameraman or producer who said to cut away from that, you're fucking fired. What are you doing here? Like, it's not WWE. You don't have like PG stuff. You're trying to appeal to your male 18 to 40-year-old crowd, and you cut away from a hot Asian woman twerking. Like, what? Whose idea was that? Like, I'm disgusted by that. Like, even if that's like the biggest feminist woman like in the truck, you're here to make money, and you don't think that a 20-year-old hot Asian wrestler doing a twerk on the ring apron isn't good for business. I don't even understand that. Then you had let me see, the Stardom champion. I didn't even know she was champion. Katsuya. I guess Katsuya's like really big now in Stardom since Stardom has pretty much been purged of a lot of its stars. Um, the big three. There's only one standing, Mayu, and look, Impact Wrestling. I'm gonna say this right now. You got to get Mayu. You have to get Mayu. WWE has got Io Shirai and Hojo Kairi. Mayu's the youngest. She has the biggest potential. If you let WWE get her, they've gotten the big three of Stardom. That's dangerous. That's a lot of talent on one roster. So Impact, you got to go after Mayu, whatever it takes. Whatever it takes. Think about the future. I'm gonna move on here, man. Like, fun little match. A lot of stuff in here. Kelly Klein, fucking awesome. Uh, Tenille, fucking awesome also. Uh, Suma Sakai, decent champion. I guess a placeholder champion, really. Like, Suma Sakai's okay. I'm okay. I'm just wondering who's gonna take the belt off her. Like, she just feels like a placeholder champion. Okay, moving on next. You had Austin Aries defeating Kenny King. And the whole point of this match was Austin Aries, I did a review of this a while ago. Austin Aries came back to Ring of Honor with all of his titles and everything like that. And he said, hey, I want to win the television title. He faced Silas Young, who was the television champion at the time. And things broke down. Beer City Bruiser came out. Kenny King came out to help Austin Aries. And then he hit Silas with the TV title. Austin won the match, but then the referee came down and said because of Kenny's interference, Aries didn't win. Aries attacked the referee. Then he attacked Kenny King with a low blow, put him in the last chancery. And the whole promo was Kenny King's talking about, look, we're boys outside of this or whatever. We're cool. But I see you don't respect me in the ring. You don't see me, as, on your level. You don't, you look at me as a dude boy. Hold your bag. You look at me that guy. You don't see me as your wrestling equal. And in the match, Kenny King, hopefully he's going to add this to his repertoire because it seemed to get really over with the crowd. He came out dressed as a Cobra Kai member. And he did the infamous sweep the leg like 6 or 7 times to Austin Aries, and the crowd, every time he did it, the crowd popped, especially like the ones where Aries, he had this look of, oh yeah, I was smart this time. And he just gets tripped the fuck up. That was hilarious. So Kenny King, if you don't add that to your arsenal, you are killing yourself, my man. Another point in this match was Kenny King, he was on the outside a couple of times, and he was about to hit the Roar Flush, his finishing move on Austin Aries on the outside. And Austin Aries, you can hear him saying, look, don't do that, man. We're friends, man. Come on, man. Don't do me like that. Come on, man. And Kenny, he's like, just rolls him in the ring, and he's like telling the crowd, he's my friend. He's my friend. I can't do it. Granted, not, but 5 minutes later, they're on the outside, and Austin Aries hits his brain buster to Kenny on the outside. So, is the point of Austin Aries, he will do anything to win. Whereas Kenny King, he can't do that. He can't bring himself to hurt a friend. Whereas Austin Aries, he doesn't give a fuck. He wants to win, no matter the cost. And so he hit the brain buster, rolls him in the ring. Kenny tries to go for something. Aries hits a spinning forearm, another brain buster. Aries wins the match. So, and then Aries, he's like holding up the Impact title. He's like, I'm the man. Nobody can take these titles from me. Blah, 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 blah. I'm coming to take the Italian title, blah, 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 blah. So, this is not the last we've seen of Austin Aries in Ring of Honor. And I don't know, maybe you might get an Impact Wrestling title defense at a Ring of Honor show. Kenny King versus Aries. Impact Wrestling title on the line. Granted, that would mean Moose would have to lose. So I don't know about that. Interesting. And then if Ring of Honor, if he were to win a Ring of Honor title, could he show it on Impact? Because like during this match, Colt Cabana, I wanted to slap him because he was just saying stupid shit like that didn't make any sense. Like Ian Riccaboni would be like, he's Aries, he's the Impact Wrestling World Champion. Well, he's not a champion here where it counts. You're on a fucking smaller network and you get smaller ratings. Shut the fuck up. It doesn't even make any sense. Look, I like Ring of Honor, but you can't compare Impact to Ring of Honor. Impact is here, no matter how you feel. No matter how you fucking feel. Oh, Ring of Honor, they have New Japan. They're working smaller events, and they are working on a smaller budget than Impact. We're not even going to have this conversation, people. We're not. Impact Wrestling is here. Ring of Honor is here. Do not at me. Do not. If that was the case, why do Ring of Honor people go here, but you don't see like Impact people going, Ring of Honor? You might see some crossover maybe later on down the line when the companies maybe start working together, with Don Callis and the New Japan stuff. But like just say like, okay, I'm not even gonna get into the rant because what I was just said, it should be plenty enough. Ring of Honor people go to Impact. Impact people don't go to in the pudding. Then you had the best wrestling match of the night. Jay Lethal defeated Kushida. And the thing about this match was Kushida actually showed a badass side. He didn't want to do the code of honor. He was visually attacking Jay Lethal. I especially love this part where Jay Lethal, he's beating up on Kushida, his legs and everything, and he has Kushida down, and he does like the handshake, like he forces the handshake, and then later on during the match, Kushida, I think, was he super kick Jay Lethal, or he does some kind of kick to Jay Lethal, and Lethal's like wibling his leg, and Kushida just grabs his hand and does the handshake also. It's like fuck with him. So basically, it was Jay Lethal attacking Kushida's leg after Kushida tried to go for Jay Lethal's lethal injection off the ropes, or maybe he was going for the springboard elbow. Couldn't really tell, but anyway, Jay Lethal knocks out Kushida's leg and starts working it during the match. And then Kushida, being Kushida, sticking to the game plan, what brought him to the dance. Attacks Jay Lethal's arm, and he's like working over really good. There was a point in the match where Kushida puts Jay Lethal in the hoverboard lock. And Kushida's hoverboard lock, I really like how he does it. He puts the guy in the Kimura lock, aka the hoverboard lock, and then he stands on top of him, putting that not only the pressure of the arm, but his whole entire body weight on the shoulder. So it looks really painful. Jay Lethal is able to maneuver out of it and crawl to the rope. And then Jay Lethal eventually finds a way to hit lethal injection on Kushida. Great match. Check it out. Like, Third favorite match of the night. Really, yeah, really good match. Then you had Punishment Martinez defeating Adam Page in a street fight for the television title. What the fuck was on Punishment Martinez's face? That wasn't scary. That looked fucking ridiculous. Just know, complete car crash of a match in a good way. Hardcore street fight. It just seemed like Adam Page is built for these kind of matches. Looking at him, you wouldn't think so, but he's really become a master of these street fights. And I kind of figured that Martinez was going to win. It was his first title defense on television. Nothing really more I can say about this match. It was just a hardcore fight that you kind of need to see. And that's pretty much it. So yeah, Punishment Martinez retains his heavy title. Then you have another one of my favorite matches of the night: the Briscoe brothers retaining the title, the tag titles against the Young Bucks. I like the story here. The Young Bucks and the Briscoes have been wrestling each other for so long that they kind of know each other's moves, so they can anticipate it. But in the end, the new Briscoes, the new attitude of the Briscoes, as I might say, defeat the Young Bucks. They're willing to do anything. They cheat. They don't steal chairs, and they just don't give a fuck. So the Young Bucks lose to the Briscoes, and the story of this thing is, after that, the Bucks, they were getting beat down by the Briscoes. Out comes SoCal Uncensored, and they tell the Briscoes, look, we want to beat up the Young Bucks too. We got to steal chair. The Briscoes turn their back on SoCal Uncensored, and Chris Daniels whacks Jay Briscoe in the back with a steel chair. And Jay Briscoe's response to that steel chair hit is fucking hilarious. The man's eyes light up like that just prove that steel chair with the holes is more deadlier than the one without the holes. Like this guy, he goes from like calm, just like whatever, to like, oh my fucking god, what the fuck just happened? And granted, you've seen that expression before with like when somebody gets hit in the back with a steel chair, but this was just special when he got hit with that steel chair. Yeah, so I guess next we're gonna be getting SoCal versus Briscoes. Briscoes versus Young Bucks. Like I said, good match. Then you have the main event. Dalton Castle defeats Cody. And Marty Scurll. I like this match because it didn't bullshit around. You had Cody and Scurll, who are Bullet Club members. They actually, novel concept here, they didn't work together to defeat Dalton Castle. They did what any logical person would do in this match. Hey, we're Bullet Club associates, but hey, I want to win this title. No more of this. Like, I hate when this happens in three ways in any company. Oh, we're on the same team or the same fashion. We're working together. Hey, you're trying to pin the guy that I need to pin to become champion. Ooh, I'm getting mad at you. Ooh, it's building tension. Oh, now we're fighting. Oh, here comes Babyface. He takes advantage of our whatever. No, from the beginning it was Scurll fighting Cody. Cody fighting Scurll. No, no bullshit. And you had Dalton Castle getting his hits in when he could. Dalton Castle. Let's see. He ends up hitting the bangarang on Marty Scurll, gets the pinfall. During the match, you had two things that were interesting happen. First time Marty Scurll got hit with the bangarang by Dawson, he gets saved by Nick Aldis, the NWA World Heavyweight Champion, who pulls out the referee. And that's interesting because Cody's going to be facing Nick Aldis for the NWA World Heavyweight title. And then, you had Cody beating up Scurll and telling him to kiss the ring. Scroll kisses the ring, and Cody's like, yeah, he did it. And he looks away, giving Scroll, like, why would you hand Marty Scroll, the guy that's notorious for doing the finger break, your hand? So Scroll breaks Cody's hand as he should. Um, I guess the main point of the story is Dalton Castle continues his reign. And I'm gonna take a sip of this water real quick. I got something to say. Once again, my buddy Tishawn, the one, he's right. He was right. Dalton Castle has become stale. Like I was like last time I talked to Tishawn, I was like, no, Dalton Castle, he's cool. He like stands out. He has a really great gimmick. It's gotten stale. It's run its course. Like he's not doing anything new with the gimmick. Now they're trying to put the gay pride stuff on him, which okay, that's cool. If any character in wrestling is gonna get like the pride stuff and like be yourself, I can't do Dalton Castle voice. It's Dalton Castle. Maybe there might be some other gay themed wrestlers, but as far as like this type of stuff, yeah, it feels Dalton Castle. But as far as his gimmick, his storyline, and everything like that, it's running its course. Like there's nothing for Dalton Castle. He needs like a reset button. Like he needs to go away for a little bit, come back, refresh with some new ideas because Dalton Castle is just very stale as a world heavyweight champion. It's just I don't get excited anymore. Like he didn't even hit the shit where he does like the pose. Or the flamboyantry is gone from Dalton Castle. I hate to say that, but yeah, Dalton Castle retains his title. And like I said, this was a decent pay-per-view. Really, a really good mainstream pay-per-view for Ring of Honor. So I would encourage everybody to at least, try to check it out. If I had to recommend any match to see, it would definitely be that Kushida versus Jay Lethal match. A lot of good technical wrestling in that match. And if you want to look for something fun, the 8-woman tag, really fun. And do what you will with the other parts of the pay-per-view. Pick and choose or whatever. So anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I'm going to catch you guys later. Peace out.